The Senate, in a closed committee of the whole, received the following government officials: the Honorable Minister of Police Affairs and the Honorable Minister of State for Police Affairs, the Honorable Minister of Interior, the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, the Honorable Minister of State Defense, the Honorable Minister of Defense, the National Security Advisor, the NSA, the Chief of Defense Staff, the CDS, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, the Inspector General of Police, the IGP, the Director General of State Services, DSS, and the Chief of Defense Intelligence. The Senate listened to the comprehensive briefings by the National Security Advisor and briefings from the security chiefs on the state of the nation, particularly the state of security and insecurity, including reported issues of killings, kidnappings, and other criminal activities currently bedeviling the nation. The Senate then stressed the urgent need for the security agencies to adopt proper synergy in their operations to tackle the insecurity in the country. The Senate also went into specific cases reported by various constituents and also some reported through the social media. The Senate also recommended intelligence sharing among the security agencies. The Senate listened to the efforts of the security chiefs, particularly the serious improvement in their operations nationwide. The Senate was impressed that almost 90% of perpetrators of heinous crimes in the country, including the ones recently reported in Buhari, in Abuja, have been apprehended, and many of them are already in detention to face the wrath of the law. The Senate also listened to various efforts made in areas that suffered serious insecurities in Plateau State, in Benue State, in Taraba State, in Zamfara State, in Nasarawa State, also in Katsina State, Kaduna, and other places, and also in Anambra State, and also listen to briefs from security agents and security chiefs on the efforts being made on those specific instances. The Senate was impressed with their determination and focus, but the Senate urges them to do more to ensure total security of lives and properties in the nation. Therefore, the Senate is of the view that the executive arm of government has been making a lot of efforts in the security sector through the procurement process of new equipment, including technology, to combat various insurgencies in the country. The Senate also pointed out that, yes, appropriations have been met and releases made, but the Senate urges the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, who himself also gave briefing, to ensure immediate implementation and releases of all funds needed by security agencies in order to combat the insurgents, and also procure equipment to fight the insurgents and banditry in the nation to keep Nigeria safe. Thereafter, the security chiefs, with the National Security Advisor, answered questions from distinguished senators bordering on security, insurgency, terrorism, kidnapping, and other topical national security matters. The Senate thereafter commended Mr. President for his determination and focus on ensuring the security of lives and properties. The Senate also commended or commends the security chiefs for their efforts so far, and particularly our men and women in uniform and the leaders of various communities who, even in the face of difficulties, pay supreme sacrifice in order to ensure that they keep their various communities safe. The Senate is hopeful that the suggestions made to the security chiefs and the interactions so far will help to bring about a better Nigeria and a more secure nation, and urges them to go with all the suggestions made here and the revelations received here, use them as template for future actions. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the closed committee of the whole? Yes. For strangers to depart from the hallowed chambers of the Nigerian Senate, I would like to, on behalf of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, thank all the security chiefs and thank the ministers, the National Security Advisor, and also commend all the security chiefs, the Office of National Security Advisor, and the ministers, and particularly point out that if the Honorable Minister of Interior should implement the unified system of identification, where the NIN number, the BVN, and the VIN, and all can, at a press of the button, bring out all particulars concerning anybody, that it will be a better thing for Nigeria. Something is revolutionary, and we are quite impressed with the briefing we received. We also pointed out that it is now easier for you to get a Nigerian passport outside the country. These are major improvements. For the security chiefs, we assure you of the continued support of not just this Senate, but of the National Assembly. And today, we have not only passed a vote of confidence in you, but we have also expressed to you our readiness to go hand in hand with you in all you do. Leader of the Senate. Yeah.
Strangers do take leave of the Senate. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the Leader of the Senate has moved a motion.
I'm rising to move that, having thoroughly listened to our service chiefs and the accompanying honorable ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with them, and having been satisfied, as reported ably by Mr. President, that they be allowed to take a bow and leave the chamber, us being left with a message of renewed hope, and all of us being reinvigorated to face in a more determined way the fight against insurgents and the restoration of hope to our people, that they be allowed once again to take their bow and most gallantly take a leave of the chamber. I so move, Mr. President.
Minority Leader. To revert to its normal sitting and allow strangers to depart from our midst. And this has been seconded by the Minority Leader of the Senate. And accordingly, I put the question. Those who are in support of the motion that strangers now be allowed to leave the hallowed chamber of the Senate, say aye. Aye. And those who are against, say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Thank you.
Trouble. What's wrong with you? Just take it out.
Which lasted for almost 10 hours. We extended our sitting then beyond 2 o'clock administratively to enable us conclude on the security situation of the country. And accordingly, this Senate is hereby adjourned to the 14th day of February, 2024 at 11 a.m. prompt.
I'm very serious. We have to do this.